Viewers, whether it's Ayodhya, Kashi or Mathura or any other temple that certain Hindu groups believe has been encroached upon by the Muslims of the past. Viewers, all these contentious battles have been waged in a court of law, not on the streets, viewers. The Hindu groups have been very, very careful after, of course, what transpired in Ayodhya when the Babri Masjid was brought down. There was a great deal, viewers, of introspection among Hindu society, among Hindu political organizations, among Hindu groups, and after that it was resolved that no matter what, however long it takes, these issues will be resolved in a court of law, that no one is going to take matters into their own hands. And viewers, thus far, the Hindu community has been remarkably restrained, law-abiding, and has pursued its options through the court of law. But we've come, sadly, to a place where even court orders hold no legitimacy, where any group of civilians can think they have the right to exercise a street veto, indulge in violence and vandalism if they disagree with the law. In Sambhal in Uttar Pradesh, police have filed 7 FIRs in connection with the violence related to a court-mandated, I'm underlining these words, court-mandated survey of a Mughal-era mosque in Sambhal. Samajwadi Party MP Ziaur Rahman Bark and Sohail Iqbal, son of local SP MLA Iqbal Mahmood, have been named as accused in mass rioting that took a lethal turn. And those are the pictures, viewers, that testify to the last 24 hours of absolute wanton vandalism that sent shivers down the spines of a large number of locals. Viewers, whether they were Hindus or Muslims, they were witness to this, to these scenes, where at any moment, anyone could be imperiled. But fundamentally, viewers, a large number of rioters belonging to the minority community took to the streets, and you can see some of them running helter-skelter, throwing bombs, sometimes fuel bombs, viewers, that's what we're being told, or viewers pelting stones, or as you can see on your screen, setting afire public property, government property, in complete disregard to the pleas and the appeals by the district administration. The district administration has imposed prohibitory orders and restricted the entry of outsiders into Sambhal until November 30th. Tension had been brewing in the area since Tuesday last week after a civil court directed the Advocate Commissioner to survey the mosque following a petition that claimed the mosque was built after razing a Hindu temple in 1529. An initial survey of the mosque was held the same day. On Sunday morning, Uttar Pradesh police used tear gas and lathi charge to disperse a mob that pelted stones at officers conducting a second survey of the Mughal-era Shahi Jama Masjid in Sambhal. Now viewers, if you go back in time, if you go down to the Victorian era, when the British were running the ASI, there is documented evidence that those who conducted surveys in the British administration found evidence to suggest that the masjid had indeed come up on a Hindu structure. Now viewers, when the court stepped in and said, okay, let's ascertain the antecedents of this mosque, you see these scenes. It's not as if the ASI went there of its own volition. It's not as if, viewers, the police or the Yogi administration decided one fine day that they would get up and go and try and ascertain the antecedents of these buildings. This happened after a court order. Some miscreants, however, viewers, thought that this is not acceptable. The law of the land is not acceptable. It doesn't apply to them. And they set fire to vehicles, as I said, to public property. Despite the unrest, the survey was completed and the team was safely escorted out, according to the police. The following is the chronology. And viewers, The police say it also confirms that the riot was pre-planned. The police say as the survey team reached the mosque on Sunday morning at 7 a.m., they wanted to get it out of the way early, so that there won't be a scene such as this. The police, however, said a mob had already started gathering behind the mosque, so they already knew. The mob was shouting religious slogans, and many of those assembled were pelting stones, carrying knives and guns of different balls. So, viewers, guns, stones, all collected. A riot mob, armed to the teeth, had laid siege to this compound. And you can see, viewers, on the streets are littered with stones, cars completely wrecked. Videos of local leaders are doing the rounds where they had called for mobilization in the days before the survey. Police says all of this tells us that this riot was pre-planned. Here's evidence of who began the violence, because many of the political parties and regional minority leaders have come out and said it's the police. It's the police, in fact, who started the violence. But viewers, here's evidence, as I told you, caught on camera, of who began the violence, who destroyed private and public property, who sought to overrule a court order through a crude, violent mob justice. Listen to this, viewers. I'm going to nat up these pictures so you can hear some of the pleas that the police are making to the riotous mob to say, stop pelting stones, for God's sakes. Stand down, go back. Why are you creating this ruckus? What's your problem? Let's boost the nat up on those pictures. That's the evidence, viewers. That's the evidence. And now you can see another street where the police have come in to clear out the rioters. But look at the destruction, the trail of destruction the rioters have left in their wake as the police clear out the streets. The police has been accused of indiscriminate firing and abuse of force, and they've refuted the claims. The Uttar Pradesh police claim that the attack by the mob was pre-planned. They claim that the rioters were armed when they surrounded the masjid. Moradabad Divisional Commissioner even said that the mobsters used children aged between 12 and 14 years as a front for their vested interests. Uttar Pradesh police have said that women were seen pelting stones from the rooftops. Apart from knives, the police say the mobsters used country-made guns, and the same was seized from some homes. Despite the evidence of the rioters having instigated the violence, many top opposition party leaders have been blaming the police, and even Mandir site senior advocate Vishnu Shankar Jain. In fact, Akhilesh Yadav tweeted saying that Jain was shouting slogans like Jai Shri Ram. Thus far, no video evidence confirms that Jain was shouting slogans, viewers. But watch now as I quote to you what some of the leaders have said. Rahul Gandhi said, "The biased and hasty attitude of the state government is unfortunate." He claims the administration insensitively took action and held BJP responsible for the deaths. He accused the BJP of using power to create a rift between Hindu and Muslims, which is not in the state and the nation's interest. Viewers, this is what he's been saying. Samajwadi Party chief and MP Akhilesh Yadav accused the BJP of orchestrating the violence to hide its election malpractice. He even accused the administration of not hearing all the sides and acting insensitively. He asked, or he wanted to know, what was the need to send the survey team again, and accused BJP leaders of taking inspiration from the film Sabarmati Report to instigate this riot. Viewers, Samajwadi Party MP Ziaur Rahman Bark, who faces an FIR in the case, said that Muslims were targeted and killed as part of a conspiracy. No evidence, viewers, so to speak, right now, from any of these people to anywhere underline their claims. AMM chief Asaduddin Owaisi said the mosque is 200 to 250 years old, and the court passed an ex parte order without hearing the caretakers, condemning the deaths. Owaisi said this is not firing, this is murder. But what viewers, OAC doesn't tell you is that they could have moved court seeking a stay. Remember, the first survey took place on the 19th. From the 19th to Sunday, viewers, is almost a week. Yet, none of these individuals from the masjid side moved the courts. The statements by the netas prompt some questions. Is the opposition attempting to whitewash mob rioting? This has happened in the past too. You remember, viewers, the CA riots? If the police are guilty of using excess force, then how is it that several kinds of weapons have been recovered from the detained protesters? Many shells of different bores have been recovered at the spot where the firing took place, where the so-called peaceful protesters armed and waiting. That's a fundamental question. If the police is guilty of indiscriminate firing, how is it that district magistrate states, and I quote, that the reason for the death of two of them is clear: bullet wounds from country-made pistols, unquote. Does, viewers, the Indian police roam around with country-made pistols? Last but not least, does one community have a street veto over court orders? Let's first begin with Vishnu-Shankar Jain, the person who acquired the favorable court order, and we'll go one-on-one with you, Vishnu-Shankar Jain. You got the Hindu community, you got the temple side, this favorable order. You, however, are being accused of being an instigator, of being someone who was there fanning the fuel and the flames. That is what is being said. Now, I want to ask you, Vishnu-Shankar Jain, is this true? Did you go there of your own volition? If so, why? If not, can you explain the circumstance? What exactly happened when you were there?
See, first of all, let me tell you that we were asked by the local administration to reach the Kotwali police station at 6:30 in the morning. In compliance of the orders of the advocate commissioner and local administration, we reached the Kotwali police station, and in presence of the members and the lawyers of the masjid side, Zafar Ali, myself, Zafar Ali, apart from that, the district magistrate, circle officer, SDM, SP Sambhal, we all went together to conduct the survey at 7:30 a.m. in the morning. The videos which Mr. Akhilesh Yadav has tweeted, that video is of 11 p.m. when after the survey I was coming out from the disputed site. So he has completely painted a wrong picture that when I was going towards the disputed site to conduct the survey, there were slogans chanted by me of Jai Shri Ram, and the people behind me were chanting the slogans of Jai Shri Ram. First of all, I have not chanted any slogans of Jai Shri Ram or anything. I was performing my judicial duties, and I was going to participate in the survey commission in presence of the state authorities as well as in presence of the local administration. Point number one, the videos which have been tweeted by him is of 11 p.m. while returning from that area, when from all the four sides, the 25 to 30,000 people were chanting Nare Takbir, Allahu Akbar. I was being cordoned off and I was being taken by the SHO Kotwali to reach the Kotwali police station safely by a safe passage. These videos these slogans were chanted by the local people. These were not chanted by me. And this video is of 11 p.m. So to say that, 11 a.m. This video is of 11 a.m. So to say that I was going to conduct the survey with this kind of crowd and with this kind of chanting is absolutely erroneous. When we went there at around 8:30, this crowd started gathering there and they started chanting slogans. They started protesting. Stone pelting was done. The cars and vehicles were torched in front of me. Apart from that, the police personnel had to face heavy resistance, and stone pelting was done on the local administration as well as the police personnel. The circle officer has been hit badly on his leg by a part of the bullet which was fired at the police administration. So these things were going on, and amidst all these things, we were conducting survey at 8:30 a.m. in the morning. And the entire conspiracy was that come what may, by some way or the other, there should be no survey, and this survey must be halted.
Okay.
The same strategy was adopted on 19th of November when there was heavy...
so just to be clear, no, just to be clear, Mr. Vishnu-Shankar Jain, you're saying you didn't go out of your own volition, but you were merely following court orders, procedure laid down by the courts, and that all that is being said about your presence as being the trigger for this entire riotous explosion is wrong, that people like Akhilesh Yadav are wrong. Is that what you're saying?
Sir, I had gone there in compliance of the orders of the Advocate Commissioner, as well as in compliance of the orders of the local administration, and as well as in compliance of the orders of the Honorable Court. So to say that I had gone there and incited violence is absolutely erroneous, because I had gone to conduct the survey in presence of the local administration. These slogans which have been chanted of Jai Shri Ram, these slogans were chanted at 11 a.m. when all this incident had happened all across the disputed area, and heavily there were slogans of Nare Takbir Allahu Akbar by one section of the society from 8:15 till 11 o'clock. Then there was one gully which was considered as the safe passage by the local administration. So from there I was taken and I was escorted to the SHO by the SHO to the Kotwali police station. So Mr. Akhilesh Yadav has completely spread falsehood. The tweet which he has made that I have incited violence, and when I had gone to the conduct the survey, this Jai Shri Ram slogans were chanted by me and the public there, is absolutely erroneous. Absolutely, it's a falsehood which has been spread by him, and case must be registered against him for spreading this kind of falsehood.
Case must be registered against, viewers, you heard him, Akhilesh Yadav. That's what Vishnu Shankar Jain is suggesting. And I want to ask you, is this the reason why this misrepresentation, the reason why Vishnu Shankar Jain, you tweeted earlier, or your team made it clear to all of us that you're getting death threats? Is that what you put it down to? Is this how you see it?
The result is that I'm getting death threats on social media. The result is that I'm getting threats on the media, on the Twitter accounts to get I will be murdered and massacred. But be that as it may, I'm not scared even a bit. I'm saying it with a lot of sense of responsibility on your channel. There's no scare, sir. You do whatever you want. No problem. How much ever threat you want to do, you do. But please do not spread falsehood. Mr. Akhilesh Yadav is responsible for spreading this falsehood. How can he make such a tweet, and the media cell of Samajwadi Party, that while going, and Mr. Owaisi also, he has also spread falsehood, that while going there, this Jai Shri Ram slogans were chanted, and because of that, this violence has taken place. Sir, कुछ तो शर्म कर लो, कितना falsehood आप spread कर सकते हो? 11 बजे media personals की presence में in front at 11 a.m. in presence of the media personals, in presence of the local administration, somehow I was escorted and I reached the Kotwali police station, and I didn't even utter a word. I did not give even a bite. And at that point of time, you are telling me that I incited violence? How can you be so irresponsible? How can you be so irresponsible, sir? You are saying that I went there to conduct the survey with this kind of public, and they were chanting slogans, and because of this violence has happened. How can you be so irresponsible in spreading such a grave falsehood at such a tense situation?
Viewers, there are some visuals that we're showing of a stampede-like situation. Those may not actually be of this particular incident or over the last week. These might be older visuals relating back to a time even before the CAA agitation. So please disregard those pictures, but certainly the other pictures of the mob throwing stones on the police and also targeting the drones. This footage is the one that has been authenticated, captured by the drone camera. We should use this only exclusively. But I want to come back to you, Vishnu Shankar Jain, because you're accused by the masjid side of keeping, in fact, everyone in the dark, that you conspired with the local administration to conduct a second survey when a survey had already done on a previous day, on a Monday, before this Sunday, viewers. Mr. Jain.
First of all, the Masjid committee was duly informed at 6:30 p.m. on 23rd, and the reasons were that on 19th, the survey which happened, the member of parliament of Samajwadi Party, the MLA of Samajwadi Party had entered this premise in violation of the court order, in violation of the local administration, as well as in violation of the Advocate Commissioner's order. because the order of the administration and the advocate commissioner was that only 8 members from the masjid committee, 3 lawyers and 5 members of the masjid committee will be present in the survey. The council for central government, the state government will be present in the survey, and myself and one local council of the plaintiff will be present in the survey. I am asking a question: how did the member of Samajwadi Party, the member of parliament of Samajwadi Party and MLA entered while survey was being conducted in violation of the court order? And advocate commissioner has noticed that they were threatening us कि आप यहां से चले जाओ, नहीं तो हम भीड़ को काबू नहीं कर पाएंगे. प्लीज लीव द प्रीमाइसेस. यहाँ पे नमाज होनी है, हम यहाँ पे लोगों को नहीं रोक पाएंगे, नहीं संभाल पाएंगे, आप लोग यहाँ से चले जाओ. Because of that, survey could only happen for 1.5 hours and we had to leave the premises. And next day, that's why survey was conducted on 23rd after giving due notice, which was received by them. If they are not agreeable with the order of the honorable court, they should have approached the Supreme Court and the High Court. But how can they take law in their own hands and convert this entire situation into a situation of mobocracy? And this was specifically done so that the truth does not come out.
Okay. Vishnu Shankar Jain putting out his point of view very firmly. I want to open this up. Tariq Khan, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, you're here with us. Let me ask you a question straight off the bat. I'm not going to mince my words. How did the MP enter the mosque on November 19th? What was the locus standi of the MP? Point number one, MP from your party, number one. Number two, sir, do you have any excuse today to defend the actions of a mob that even refused to follow court orders? The Hindu side did not go on its own. It was ordered by the court. Does the court of this country have absolutely no relation to you?
There is a FIR on MP and the MLA. And there is no FIR on Vishnu Shankar Jain. Why?
Why should there be? Why should there be? Give me 4 reasons why there should be an FIR on. You give me a reason.
This is our claim that the video is at 7 o'clock in the morning. And Vishnu Shankar Jain is saying it's of the 11. So let's have an independent probe on that.
On what basis are you making this claim? No, Mr. Tariq Khan, no, 1 second. You can't just make a claim. This is a very serious situation. I can also make a claim that you are lying.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
So why should I? I'm a responsible individual.
Yes,
I'm not going to make that stupid claim. I'm asking you, Tariq Khan. No, 1 second. Mr. Tariq Khan, I'm asking you. Give me 4 reasons. 4 reasons backed by proof that the video that you have put out is at 7 o'clock and not at 11:30 or 10:30 or whatever it is. Give me a proof.
You have asked Vishnu Shankar Jain to provide that proof that the video is at 11.
He's on his way out of the masjid. Don't you have any logic?
There is nothing.
There is rioting going on.
When our claim is simple, when you
Tariq Khan, I'm sorry. You are lying. You are lying. You are inciting mob violence. You are inciting revenge attacks. That man's life is in danger today because of liars like you. I'm sorry, Tariq Khan. I have to ask you this question. Let's go over this footage. No, 1 second. Of course.
You cannot say like that.
Why not?
You are a liar. I am extremely sorry.
How can you defend this? There is pelting going on, sir. This is not 7 o'clock in the morning.
It's a matter of investigation.
What is a matter of investigation? Hang on, viewers. Let me tell you, these people, this Samajwadi Party and these Samajwadi Party spokespeople, viewers, will pick up random people and their clips and then go after journalists for tweeting something they think is fake. And they will put FIRs, they will send police, they will have an investigation, they will create problems. You can see the footage. There is Vishnu Shankar Jain, viewers. He's being escorted out by a bunch of police who are clearly under attack. This is not 7 in the morning. The sun's shadow is, viewers, not like that at 7 in the morning. The sun is much lower. You wouldn't have a shadow in a tight gully like this. The sun is clearly overhead. You can see that. I mean, even the most basic analysis will tell you certain facts. But viewers, a narrative is being created. Tariq Khan, I want to ask you a second question. Please,
what was
your member of parliament doing inside the mosque when a survey was taking place? Explain.
FIR has been lodged already.
I'm asking you, answer the question. Why
FIR
was
has
an
been-
MP of yours inside
This
the
is the
mosque when
point
he has
of-
no business to be there?
This is the suspend local
I want to
SP,
ask you,
local DM.
what was
This
your
is
member
not
of
the
parliament?
way.
He
You
himself
should-
has agreed
if you
that he
ask
was inside
something-
the mosque. I'm asking
if
you,
ask
why was your
something-
member of parliament
if you
inside the
ask
mosque?
If you ask a question of 10 seconds, you have to give me 10 seconds to respond.
Go ahead.
If you don't want me to speak, I'll keep my mouth
Go
shut
ahead,
like
Mr.
this.
Khan. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. If
Go
you're
ahead.
asking something, let me respond.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
It's the responsibility of the
Go
local
ahead.
SP and DM to stop him. Suspend both of them.
Wow.
I'm asking Yogi Adityanath.
Wow.
It's the responsibility of the local administration
Wow.
to take care of those things.
Wow.
What you are doing?
So-
Doing, you're campaigning in other state. Only
Okay.
what you are doing,
Okay.
and you are making communal tension in the state.
Okay.
We have peace committee. We have peace committees in every district. I'm the member of that committee. Something like that happened. We sit, discuss, plan, think, and execute. And already, you said that there has been three places where problem has been going on. Ayodhya, Kashi, and Mathura. अयोध्या 1950 से मुकदमा चल रहा है, काशी में 91 से मुकदमा चल रहा है, मथुरा में 1968 से मुकदमा चल रहा है। ठीक, ज्ञानवापी में सर्वे हुआ, कुछ नहीं हुआ। क्यों? कुछ नहीं हुआ। कई बार सर्वे हो चुका, वहां पर किसी तरीके का कोई भी बवाल नहीं हुआ। बाबरी मस्जिद का फैसला आया, कोई बवाल नहीं हुआ, कोई स्टोन पेंटिंग नहीं हुई, सबने फैसला मान लिया। यहां पर क्या ऐसी गलती हुई? वी नीड टू सर्च इट। लोकल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन की जिम्मेदारी है, उस पे डिस्कस करते हैं क्या गलती हुई।
Okay, 1 second. Viewers, Tariq Khan's logic is the following. Let people amass themselves in a street. Let them bring firearms, allegedly. That's what the police is claiming. Let them bring sackfuls of pelting stones to pelt. Let even MPs lead them into the mosque. But the police must have to be on their toes and stop all of this. As if the police, viewers, the policemen who were attacked, who were physically brutalized, many of whom are injured, are robocops made of steel. Viewers, 5,000 people show up and they expect a batch of 20, 40, 60 police people to hold them back. What logic is this, viewers? This is a complete free pass being given to a mob to exercise their writ. Tehseen Poonawalla, isn't this what's happening? Would you agree that the police must hold back? I mean, look what happened, viewers, on Republic Day a few years ago. You had farmers who decided to pour into Delhi on top of modified tractors that were actually like bulldozers. They went over the police lines. The police just didn't have the capacity to deal with them, and they landed up at the Red Fort. And viewers, 150 police people were injured, some of them critically, some of them have never been able to stand on their own 2 feet again. Viewers, the Hindu side didn't take to the streets. They didn't jump into this on their own. They waited for a court order. Yes, these court cases have been going on for years. Why shouldn't they? We're a law-abiding country, Tehseen Poonawalla. You have a problem with a slogan, sort it out. Tell the police, there's a slogan which we don't like, Jai Shri Ram, we hate it. We don't want to hear it. It's like poison for us. But you can't pick up stones and start throwing it at people who allegedly were chanting, or at least that's what you think. Mr. Poonawalla?
Rahul, grateful that you have me on the show on this extremely tragic and sad day. I have regularly been privileged to be on your shows, and I want to say something to you. At the onset, I'm very, very glad that Vishnu Shankar Jain is safe, even though I oppose him and the kind of and what he does believe in. But he's a friend of mine and he's safe. I'm very grateful. But there are 2 or 3 things. I remember I was on your show last for Bahraich when the riots broke out. And why I'm going to Bahraich and you went to 26 Jan is about the police officers. Is Rahul, I'd asked some questions then. If you just put the Bahraich video out here, it'll be the same. How do stones in these numbers reach? I mean, you, I, your cameraman, none of our viewers have stones. So obviously these stones were collected in advance. Now the administration itself is saying that there were some outsiders there. How come the administration didn't seal off anything? Sambhal is not a very big place, or it's not a metro like Mumbai or Delhi or Bangalore that you don't know if somebody comes in. Outsiders coming in with stones or ammunition would obviously be known. So hasn't the intelligence failed? Same things happened in Bahraich. In Bahraich, a very poor man, Ram Gopal Mishra ji, lost his life. Very poor. Here, poor kids lost their life. When you spoke about 26 Jan and the police officers, extremely poor, humble family police officers, constables are injured very badly and cannot stand up on their feet, to paraphrase you. It's always the poor. No BJP leader's son will ever die in a riot. No MIM leader's son will ever die in a riot. They will go abroad studying English. They will polarize so that they can do politics. No SP leader's son will ever die in a riot. They will polarize so that they can do politics. And I moved through your medium asking a very pertinent question. Who is gaining? Where did these come in from? Even if somebody is throwing stones, how did these stones come? How come drones that captured faces of people weren't there to see stones were accumulated in advance? How come the DM failed there? How come the SP failed there? When the SP had already failed in Bahraich. Ask these questions, Rahul. Adityanath ji is the only person as chief minister who benefits from polarization, as does MIM. Fundamentalist benefit. Who benefited?
Not Samajwadi Party.
The BJP tends
not the
to
Congress Party.
This. Of course they did. I said no Samajwadi Party leader's son ever dies in a riot.
No, 1 second.
They all go abroad and study English. They all go abroad and study English.
I will ask all these questions, but the fundamental point tonight, viewers.
Tell me what have I said
the
that
fundamental
is not
point. No, 1 second.
Are these not pertinent questions?
1 second. These are pertinent questions, and I will put them to the BJP national spokesperson, Sharat Trivedi Saab.
If there are guns in Bahraich,
1 second.
I'll just take 1 minute, 10 seconds more. I will not speak
I just
after
want
this.
to make
I'll
a
just
small
take 10
point.
seconds
Yeah,
more.
go ahead.
Just 10 seconds more.
Yeah,
I won't
go
speak
ahead.
after this.
Go
10
ahead.
seconds
Go
more.
ahead.
I won't speak after this.
Go ahead.
If there are guns in Bahraich, if there are guns in Sambhal, if there were guns few kilometers away from the Prime Minister's residence in Haryana when shooting happened, if there are guns in Delhi at the Red Fort when that violence happened, who's failing? The National IB?
Okay.
RAW? The National IB?
One
the
second,
National
1 second.
Intelligence? State
Tehseen
Intelligence?
Poonawalla, these
Who's
are
under which
unlicensed
government are
weapons.
BJP?
These are
Will we
unlicensed
not get the
weapons.
resignation
No, 1
of the
second,
Home
1
Minister?
second. Tomorrow you'll say,
And they keep
1
popping
second.
up.
Tomorrow you'll say, look, 1 second. Tomorrow you'll say that the police now must have the powers to go in, anticipate, preempt, and go from house to house searching in advance of a survey to make sure that these weapons and these stones are not being stacked in various homes. You know, if the police were to do that, viewers, you know what would be said?
For?
You know what would, no, hang on. You know what would be said, viewers? That the police are getting into people's homes, they're terrorizing minorities, that they are profiling minorities, that they are pathologically, absolutely opposed, xenophobically opposed to minorities. The same people would say this because they say it in Kashmir. When this happens in Kashmir preemptorily, this is exactly what is said, viewers. This is a narrative you can't win.
But Rahul,
The only way you can, no, 1 second. The only way you can, viewers, is by not voting for politicians who actually use, as Tehseen says, others as cannon fodder. But viewers, that's also not happening. And I want to bring in Mr. Trivedi. Mr. Trivedi, your government today is being accused of not having enough intelligence to have stopped a member of parliament from Sambhal, who is part of the Samajwadi Party, from not having actually disarmed, defanged all these mobs before they got hold of their stones and their guns. How do you respond to this charge? आप इस charge को किस तरीके से देखते हैं?
Rahul, first of all, I want to put it on record for what Mr. Tehseen had said, that Rahul Gandhi and Akhilesh Yadav both are foreign educated, and I don't think anybody has even been scratched by the people or the masses. The second thing is, when we go into a survey, the only thing that goes in the survey is adequate police force and the lawyers and the local commissioner who's been appointed by the court to conduct the survey. No other person is supposed to be present there. In this matter, the survey was already conducted on 19th. For some reason, a fresh survey had to be conducted. It had to be peacefully conducted, and as much force as was required was already present there. Now, when a survey takes place, we don't send in drones, we don't send in the special forces, or we send in satellite imagery to check out the people. We don't send intelligence bureau to check out every house that is within the vicinity that might end up in such a situation. When somebody is determined to create mischief, Ziaur Rahman's father is a known provocator. Barq Saab, he is a known provocator. He passed away recently. He has constantly been, this whole family is involved in, they are agent provocators. They've been provoking the masses. He said that we are not going to, cannot stop the mob. You please go from here. Who are they to stop the mob? Why was the mob permitted to come there? There was 11-hour notice given to the concerned authority of the masjid, the concerned people out there, that the survey team is going to come. And the administration had taken adequate precautions to come at a time when not many people would have been there. Every precaution was taken. But when you have got a determined...
So you're saying this was an ambush? This was an ambush? This was all put together? This was an ambush. Okay, Deshratam Nigam, I want to ask you, you're a senior lawyer. You understand the procedure. Why do you think the Samajwadi Party MP was in this mosque compound? Number one. Number two, do you see from the evidence that has been procured and brought before you through these videos, the police having resorted to excess force for anyone to stand up and charge them of committing murder? Could you please respond, Mr. Deshratan Nigam?
Well, Rahul, let me make it very clear that police have dealt with the rioters with the kids' gloves, very soft gloves. In a given situation, when a patrol is being used to burn cars and other property, pre-planned, conspiracy and huge amount of tons of stones into the picture which are being thrown, and the bullets being used from desi kattas and things like that. In these circumstances, I believe police should have used more force, more brute force to bring it under control. Probably they tried to, calm the tempers down and everything. Well, it is a strategy which the police at that point of time, which found suitable, have used it. But the kind of videos that are coming, that a lot of people need to be taken to task. Any person who resorts to violence and riots have to be dealt with brute force. That and a writ of law has to be established under any circumstances. And I believe number of heads would roll once the FIR is registered and investigated. And however high you might be, you may be SP MLA or his son, I believe this is UP where the law will take its own course and in its fullest extent.
Okay.
And it should be taken. It should be taken.
Let me ask Tariq Khan. Tariq Khan, stung by a bipole defeat, series of them, this is what the Samajwadi Party resorts to. This kind of incendiary appeasement politics which is going to lead to riots. Is this what you want, sir?
Listen, as a responsible opposition, we always want peace in the state. But acts like this, I have already said that we had survey. We already had survey in our state. I have said that in Varanasi we had a survey. Nothing has happened. Why? We have to look at those things as a government. That what step you have taken over there. Vishnu Shankar Jain was also there. Why something hadn't happened over there, and why a lot has happened there? 5 people have lost their life, and whose responsibility? Whose shoulder all these things lie?
Very quickly, viewers.
On whose shoulder?
Very quickly, viewers. No one is taking responsibility for this. You can clearly see that the opposition is delighting in the fact that a riot has taken place. The same thing that happened during the CAA protests across North India. Remember that, including Delhi, when President Trump at that time had come visiting, Delhi was burning. Same excuses were trundled out. The same excuses were trundled out when the police wanted to evict, if you remember, the Dadis of Shaheen Bagh. At that time, it was said this is a calculated assault on the democratic right to protest. Viewers, no court order, no law is good enough. Nothing will stand if people decide to do this. Let me tell you, and there is a motivated attempt at giving a particular community a street veto power. We last saw this, viewers, I'll tell you when. We last saw this when the Babri Masjid came down. And at that time, viewers, it was the Samajwadi Party Supremo, Mulayam Singh Yadav, who opened fire on the car sevaks. If you remember, viewers, same political party opened fire on Hindu car sevaks. Today, that same political party is saying that the police has been found wanting when minority mobs have come out onto the streets. And had the police, as Mr. Deshrakan Nigam says, taken matters into their own hands, used all the powers that are available to them, these same people would have said that this is xenophobia, this was a genocide. Viewers, look at the way the goalposts change. The same Samajwadi Party was in power during the Muzaffarnagar riots, viewers. And Tehseen will remember those. Same Samajwadi Party was in power when the known accused in those riots were freed from jail. Viewers, there is a problem. Appeasement politics is going too far. It's going too far, viewers. It's going too far. And I want to quickly segue before I go on to the next story to a very important development. A Hindu leader and ISKCON priest, Chinmoy Krishna Das Prabhu, has been detained at the Dhaka airport. The Hindu leader was barred from leaving the country and had been taken to an undisclosed location by the authorities. Chinmoy was leading protests against the atrocities meted out to Hindus in Bangladesh by Islamist forces. You can see those pictures on the extreme right where Hindus were targeted. He was on his way out. He's been charged with sedition. He realizes that he has got a target painted on his back. He was trying to leave the country. He's been detained. He's now incarcerated. And viewers, remember that in Bangladesh there is no lifeline, just like in Pakistan for the Hindu community. The detention comes amid Islamic radicals demanding a ban on ISKCON. There is also a call by Islamic radicals to throw Hindus out of Bangladesh. That's what's happening, viewers. In Bangladesh, never has there been a time to come together as a community and fight for your rights, whether it is on the streets of Sambhal or in the alleyways of Dhaka. I want to move on, viewers, because there is a very important story that we need to focus on tonight. Never forget that Parliament is our house. It's a place where our representatives, yours, mine, raise issues that are important to us. Members of Parliament are basically our proxies, existing on time they borrow from us. At our pleasure they serve. They are therefore honor bound to use every minute of our time to ensure that our interests are safeguarded. But sadly, once again, we saw MPs letting us down. They blocked proceedings in the House. They wasted an important day when a lot of legislative work to better our lives could have been done. Naturally, the Prime Minister was upset. He has no problems with any one of his opponents, he says, asking questions raised by the public. He has no problems with anyone initiating a debate, a discussion. But he has counseled the opposition to raise it in an orderly manner. Even today, ahead of the winter session, he hoped that the opposition would play a constructive role, especially when its scorched earth approach to politics is not finding any takers. Listen in.
जिनको जनता ने अस्वीकार किया है, वे संसद को भी मुट्ठी भर लोगों के हुड़दंगबाजी से कंट्रोल करने का लगातार प्रयास कर रहे हैं, लेकिन लगातार जिनको जनता ने नकार दिया है, वे अपने साथियों की बात को भी दबोच देते थे। और आज विश्व भारत की तरफ बहुत आशा भरी नजर से देख रहा है। हर विषय के अनेक पहलुओं को संसद भवन में हम उजागर करें, आने वाली पीढ़ियां भी पढ़ेगी उसको, उसमें से प्रेरणा लेगी। मैं आशा करता हूं कि ये सत्र बहुत ही परिणामकारी हो, संविधान के 75वें वर्ष की शान को बढ़ाने वाला हो, भारत की वैश्विक गरिमा को बल देने वाला हो, नए सांसदों को अवसर देने वाला हो।
Viewers, the India bloc, however, doesn't seem to be taking the cue. It is clear that it is not being seen as a credible alternative to the NDA. It lost the Lok Sabha elections since it was formed, and it has lost all but 3 of the assembly elections that have taken place since the formation of the India bloc in July 2023 last year. In fact, viewers, 12 state elections have taken place, and the India bloc has only won 3 of those, and that too in states where the BJP has not been traditionally strong, like Jammu and Kashmir, where, of course, viewers, it lost Jammu. It even won in Jharkhand, viewers, but that too not at the cost of the BJP. The BJP vote share hasn't declined in Jharkhand, and viewers, in Himachal Pradesh, where of course the BJP suffered some infighting. But viewers, fundamentally they even lost the Lok Sabha election, which was the 13th election since viewers, the India bloc came together. What really hurts is that every day loss doesn't just peg the nation back in terms of resources, but also in delaying very important legislation that is meant to propel Bharat's rise. And the numbers are on your screens, viewers. It takes 9 crores a day to run Parliament. The basic pay of all MPs per day is 18 lakhs 10,000, and this is a base that we are using from 2012. 12 years later, that number would have gone up. It takes 10 lakhs 86,000 allowance of MPs per day, all wasted if Parliament doesn't function. A washout would cost 9.28 crores per day. These are 2012 figures. Correct them to inflation, viewers, and you can see how that number will go up. How that number will go up. I want to open this up, viewers. It's a very important issue. And it cannot be ignored. Monojit Mondol, I want to ask you, and Tehseen Poonawalla. Let me begin with you, Mr. Poonawalla. Your agenda, Adani, Constitution khatre mein hai, inflation, unemployment, misgovernance, communalism. Your leader uses many epithets, many adjectives, throws them about wantonly, opened even a safe. None of it is resonating. I've shown you the statistics. 12 elections, 12 assembly elections, you've only won 3. You've lost the biggest ones. You've lost the biggest states. In fact, not 3, 2.5. You lost Jammu. Why are you stalling Parliament over these issues that the people do not consider worthy? You represent the people, not your egos, not what you think the people want to hear. They've told you what they want to hear. They want you to hold the government to account over other things like the economy, perhaps, constructive stuff. Not Adani that you do business with, not all sorts of other contradictions that you manufacture. Mr. Poonawalla.
Thank you, Rahul. This morning, the Honourable Leader of Opposition in the Rajya Sabha, Shri Kharge ji, asked within the rules for a discussion on a very important issue that affects not just our nation, its financial security, but also certain very pertinent questions regarding an industrialist that you name. You could argue, not argue, debate, not debate on it. That's fine. The chairperson of Rajya Sabha and the Vice President of India chose to shut him down and put things off the record. I am asking you, Rahul, you've covered Parliament. Was there ever a time that Sushma ji and Arun Jaitley ji were not allowed to raise things? I'm not even talking about disruption. In an orderly manner, the LOP said we would like a discussion on this. Let's discuss it. How dare the Vice President shut him down and put things off record? You will not even put things on record? How is this? You can agree, disagree with the farmers' laws, the way they were, with the farmers' laws. You have your opinion. The way they were passed on a voice vote, and when Jairam Ramesh said, let's have a division of vote, you didn't do it because the BJP didn't have the numbers that day in Rajya Sabha. 700 people lost their lives. These are not issues of the country. There is an issue with a country called Canada, and I don't support Canada. I think Justin Trudeau is a new toddler. But an issue that is important to our sovereignty, that is important to our foreign relationship. Has the Honourable Prime Minister briefed opposition on it? Is that a wrong thing to ask? To come every night and say the opposition is wrong. Have you ever seen, Rahul, and you're very senior and I respect you, the government run away from debate, the government heckle opposition leaders? This is a full majority government twice and now almost full majority BJP and a full majority NDA. They heckle the opposition leaders. Cameras are put off from Rahul Gandhi ji when he's speaking. What kind of business is this? You can agree, disagree with Rahul Gandhi's issue and the people of India are answering. But does he not have a right? Does Kharge ji not have a right to raise it?
Okay, one second. you get your right, as I said, from the people's mandate. If the people are not giving you the mandate, sir, to raise these issues, why are you confusing issues? One second, and I just want to come in here and I want Sanju Verma to respond. But before that, I just want to tell you, Mr. Poonawalla, your own allies have said they didn't do any business with Mr. Adani that was under the table. Your own allies, the DMK, your own other allies, your friends across the aisles.
May I just answer that in 10 seconds?
You yourself,
May I
the
just answer
Congress
that in 10
party
seconds?
itself has signed
No,
deal
you said
after
that,
deal.
so let me
One
just
second,
allow me
deal
to
after-
answer that because you said that.
I want to bring in, she'll respond to you. I'm only,
No, I would like
I'm
to
just
answer
putting
that
out
because
some
you
facts.
raised that. I do
Trudeau's
agree with that.
intelligence head, viewers,
I
has
just
come
like
out
to-
and
so
said we
that's
lied.
not the fact.
We lied
That is
about
not a
Prime
fact.
Minister,
Allow
we
me to
lied
answer
about
that.
NSA, we lied about others being involved in
I
carrying
would like
out
to answer that
extrajudicial
question,
killings
Rahul.
on our
Yes.
soil. Now, one second. Let me just bring in the BJP. You can respond to her, not to me. I'm just
allow me
pointing
to
out
answer
hard
that
facts.
specific thing and I'll keep quiet.
I'm just pointing out hard facts, Tehseen. I'm not cooking these things up. Your allies have
Just
said
allow me
what
to
they've
finish
said.
by now.
Sanju Verma,
I
please
would
come in.
finish. I agree with you.
So then
But
that's
just
it.
allow me
I'm
to
not
answer it.
getting
You
into a
made point,
debate
allow
on
me
this
to answer
issue.
it. Then
Let
you
her
agree with
respond.
me.
These questions are not for me, they're for her.
No, but you made a point.
No, but if you don't disagree
You
with
made
my
a
point,
point,
let me get on with the
Yes,
debate,
the
please. We don't
opposition
have much
states-
time. Sanju
Yes.
Verma.
Just 1 second. You know, you made a point, so allow me to answer it because it doesn't mean it's
Yeah.
not fair. You
Can
made
I
a
please
point
come
so that
in,
I don't have an
Rahul?
answer to it. So just allow me to answer it.
Rahul,
Just allow
this
me.
cannot be
Please,
a monologue by
Tehseen
Tehseen.
Poonawalla,
opposition
I
states-
only made
the
a
opposition
factual
states
interjection.
they
I have not
not
asked
do
a question.
business.
You agree with me. The facts do not lie.
Yes, but your interjection was not factual. Anyways, I'll keep quiet. You
Okay.
may allow the BJP.
Can I please make
I'll
my
allow-
Yes,
point, Rahul?
yes, Sanju
Let us
Verma.
speak.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Rahul, first and foremost, let your audience know this very, very clearly. And I have no personal grounds against Tehseen. He's amongst the more sensible ones. But for anybody who's saying that the complete rout of the Congress party in Maharashtra is only due to Sanjay Raut, is fooling himself or herself. Rahul Gandhi's caste census narrative failed miserably, backfired big time. Imagine, Congress did not even manage to get 20 seats in Maharashtra. The Uddhav Thackeray, Sharad Pawar and Rahul Gandhi faction put together has lower number of seats than Eknath Shinde alone. The most important point is that not a single party from the Mahavinash Aghadi has even got 29 seats that are necessary to attain LOP status in Maharashtra Assembly. That is as bad as things are for the Congress party. And let me tell you one thing. After the Lok Sabha 2024 elections, just because we got 242, people said Modi magic to gayab hai. The BJP is on its way down. They seem to have lost their mojo. Now let me tell you, in less than 6 months, the BJP has got its mojo back. And how? 5 out of 5 strike rate in Assam. 7 out of 9 seats in UP bypolls. 4 out of 4 BJP plus in Bihar. 1 out of 1 in Gujarat. But most importantly, 132 out of 149 seats with a strike rate of 89% in Maharashtra, BJP alone, thanks to the Modi tsunami. So next time you doubt the credibility of the Modi factor, think twice, think hard. But I just want to say one thing. Very quickly, your audience also needs to know. I will rapidly read out this in 10 seconds. CAA, UCC, Aadhaar card debate, Delhi Ordinance Bill, the Galwan debate, the Doklam debate, the Ram Mandir debate, the Article 370 debate, the Pegasus debate, the inflation debate, the Manipur debate, the unemployment debate. Every time the ruling party, as in the BJP, was willing to answer questions on the floor of the House, so much so that a no confidence motion was passed against the BJP in 2023 to discuss Manipur. But the moment Amit Shah and Prime Minister Modi subsequently started speaking, Gaurav Gogoi, who had actually brought in the no confidence motion, and the entire opposition walked out. ये तो इनकी हैसियत है. You don't want a serious debate.
Okay.
You only want to play the victim card and do Rona Dhona. People are tired of you. Wake up and smell the coffee, Rahul Gandhi. Wake
Okay.
up and smell the coffee, Uddhav Thackeray.
Monojit
Wake
Mondol.
up and smell the coffee.
Monojit
Tejasvi
Mondol.
Yadav
I
and
think
Akhilesh
TMC,
Yadav.
let
TMC
me
sympathizer.
show the
No,
let
one
me
second,
show the
Mr.
mirror.
Mondol. I just want to ask you a question, please.
Yes, please do.
And this is an important one. You know, Mr. Tehseen Poonawalla and other Congress leaders constantly talk about the relevant issues that Rahul Gandhi and Mr. Kharge have raised are not addressed. Now, I want to ask you, because some members from your own TMC have come out and said that Mamata Banerjee should be LOP. She is more sync with the public. Do you disagree with TMC leaders who are making this call that the LOP should be Mamata Banerjee today? Numerically or not, I'm not getting into. I'm just asking.
I mean, if you compare the stature of the leaders that you talk about and Mamata Di, I think she has got huge stature. So everyone in this country knows. So anyone can have their opinion. And I would also like to have Mamata Di as the LOP. But the call that will be taken by all the political parties.
No, I know, but why would you want Mamata Di? Why would you want Mamata B as the LOP?
Why would I want Mamata Di to become the LOP? Should not be discussed in a TV debate, Rahul.
No, why not? I want to ask you, why do you think Mamata Di should be LOP? Just a question.
I do not have that level of political sagacity to judge someone like Mamata Banerjee.
But you have one to judge Modi.
Political career, Mamata Di even senior to Mr. Modi. Even Mamata Di was known to all over the country. Mr. Modi was fanning Mr. Advani.
Please don't make a fool of yourself.
Okay, so the reason I asked this question
Please, do not come in between.
I'll tell you the reason. One second. Sanju Verma, please don't interrupt him. Don't interrupt him, please. Let him finish. Sanju Verma, let him finish, please. Let him finish. Don't do this, please, Sanju Verma. I have to lower your fader. Please, that's not fair.
If you are so confident of your leader, come and ask him to come and win Bengal. You are losing Bengal day by day.
So hang on. Viewers, 1 second. Okay, I'm not going to enjoy. No, I'm not going to indulge this crosstalk, please.
In the by-election, and you conveniently glossed it over. You talk about your popularity. You lost all the 6 seats in Bengal by-election, and you did not even mention.
Okay.
And then you have lost your parliamentary seat.
Okay, so I just want to say something, viewers. Okay, everyone, 1 second. Hold on. The reason, viewers, you might wonder. 1 second. You might wonder why I'm asking this question, viewers. That's because there are many allies today of the Congress in the India bloc that believe that Rahul Gandhi is not raising the pertinent issues that are in sync with the public opinion. That's the reason, viewers. That's the reason I asked. And TMC is one party that says Rahul Gandhi needs to sit down and ask himself fundamentally if he deserves to be LOP. Now, viewers, if their own allies don't consider Rahul Gandhi as someone asking the pertinent issues, then think about the public. They must wonder what kind of opposition they have to deal with. The opposition that is supposed to hold the government to account on all other issues that matter to Rahul Gandhi but not the nation. Think about that, viewers. That's the reason why I asked this question. I leave it at this. The Vantage coming up with Palki Sharma Upadhyay.
And many others are injured in the clash between the protesters and the police personnel that happened on Sunday here in Sambhal area. I'm standing in the very same area, in fact very close to Shahi's Jama Masjid, where the survey team after the court order had come to survey the particular property, and then the clash was witnessed in fact in this area where we are learning about 3 deaths. As of now, the situation is peaceful, and in fact I am trying to show you the visuals where you are seeing the heavy deployment of UP police. Since morning, senior officers of UP police as well as the district administration are visiting the particular spot, and they are somewhere trying to maintain peace and harmony of the area. Senior people of the area, had a meeting. In fact, the peace committee meeting happened yesterday, and it was made very clear by UP police that whosoever will be involved in any sort of activity will not be spared. At least 20 people have been detained, and we are learning that police as of now is investigating as to if it was a larger conspiracy. They are also checking the mobile phones of those who are detained to see if it was a pre-planned thing or it was a sudden mobilization. In fact, this was the same route where this clash broke out yesterday. And in fact, we have seen the videos on social media, and we know the kind of things that happened. But as of now, as precautionary measure, administration has banned the mobile internet services here in this particular area. These shops are closed, but we have been told that there is no restriction on shops. In fact, on Monday, it is the general practice in this particular area that people generally don't open their shops. As of now, it has been made very clear that the area is peaceful, and whosoever will try to disturb the peace and harmony of this area will not be spared. 3 people were killed and several others were injured after the protester clashed with UP police personnel here in Sambhal area. I'm standing at the very same Shahi Jama Masjid, and you can see the police deployment as of now. The situation is peaceful as of now, and senior officials from UP police and in fact senior officers from the administration have been visiting the area, and in fact it has been made very clear that whosoever will be involved in any sort of activity like what happened on Sunday will not be spared. In fact, we have been learning that more than 20 people have been detained as of now, and in fact the police is investigating as to if it was a part of larger conspiracy. As of now, additional SP Amroha has gone inside, and you can see the police deployment. There senior officers of the UP police are present. PAC has been deployed in the area. In fact, peace meeting happened yesterday, and all sort of measures that are required in any sort of conditions like such are being taken by the UP police, and focus is on number one, the investigation as to what actually led to the situation where the protesters clashed with UP police personnel, and if it was a part of larger conspiracy, and secondly to restore peace in the particular area. Today is Monday, and as per general practice on Monday a market is closed here in this particular area, and that's the reason why you are seeing no people around, and in fact these shops are closed. But it has been made very clear that people can open shops and area is peaceful, and there is no special condition. Yes, there have been several sort of restrictions that have been put in place. For example, mobile internet services have been banned in the particular area for the 24 hours, and in fact the administration is constantly asking people to not to believe on any sort of
Hello, Namaskar. This is First Post and you're watching Vantage with me, Palki Sharma. Bangladesh is on the boil again. Troops have been deployed after reports of fresh clashes. College students are protesting, newspapers are being forced shut, and the unelected leader Mohammad Yunus, who has been in office for 100 days, is asked